The trading myth that's keeping you broke. Let me say something that might surprise you. Your win rate in trading doesn't matter. Win rate is how many trades you're winning. What percentage of trades do you win? That is your win rate, and you should know that data. And if you're focusing on it, you're focusing on the wrong thing. So I just finished analysing all my trades from March using the Edgewonk Trading Journal, automated online trading journal, which we partnered up with last couple of months. So I wanted to put some money into the trading account and then just track all my trades, download all of my trades every month. You can do it automatically, just upload it to Edgewonk, and it just crunches all the numbers for you. Data. That's what I love, data. Everything gets imported automatically. There's no guesswork, no bias, just raw data. I love that. And here's what it shows. So I started with 5,000. It went up to 19,100 by the end of the month profit. Biggest winner was £5,056. Biggest loser was £504. Win rate was 76%. About right for me. My win rate fluctuates from 76 to about 85%. So I win 76 to 85% of my trades. But the account then went from 5,000 to 19,100. Now, most people will look at that and say, hang on a sec, 76% win rate. I should make money on all my trades. And that's not the truth. That's not what it is. It's not how it works, guys, okay? It's very difficult to get 100% win rate. Anyone tells you they win on every trade, it's just lying to you. It's blatant lies. Not even JP Morgan, the investment bank, will have that type of win rate. Their win rate is something like 45%. And they go for big winning trades. And that's what you should do. You should go for big winning trades, guys. Now, the real reason the account grew and it worked was the risk-reward ratio. Because I'm making significantly more on my winners than I'm losing on my losers. Okay, that one £3,000 trade covers multiple losing trades. So even if I was wrong more often, I'd still come out ahead. And with the winning trades, as they go into profit, I add more position size to it. So I make even more with bigger positions, bigger pounds per point, bigger lot sizes if you're doing funded accounts. So I will add to the winning trade. And when it goes on the color method, Pro Trading System flies higher, I'm in it multiple positions because I'm adding to my winning trades. And it covers multiple losing trades then. 25% losing trades. But most traders, most new traders, new people that come into this are obsessed with being right. It's not nice being wrong in life, okay? But you've got to learn to be wrong in trading. And you be wrong cheaply. You want to be wrong with little cost, with little loss. Here's the problem though, traders cut their winners too early and they let their losses run. You've heard that surely, but it's true. It's a fact. When I coach people, they come to me and I just talk to them about their history and their trading, and they've had some really big winning trades and then they've given it all back because they couldn't get out and they couldn't mentally get around taking a loss, getting out of that trade when it went against them. All right. Most traders are obsessed with being right. They want a high win rate. They want to be right, and it feels good. The dopamine kicks in. Yeah, I feel great. I had a great trade today. But it's how you manage the losing trades. The opposite works, okay, from winning to losing. You should be doing this instead. Cut your losses quickly. Let your winners run. Simple, but not easy, okay? And here's where it gets even more interesting. I've been looking at the performance of the bot recently, running one of our very basic strategies on gold, the color method momentum trigger strategy. It has no emotion. It has no hesitation to get into trades. It's a bot. There's no second guessing. It's just some rules I've stuck in. I put some very basic rules into the bot. You can put more advanced rules into the bot. You can turn it on in the morning at a certain time and pause it in the evening. It's a good idea to do that, in fact. Now, with very basic rules, I think I put about 3 or 4 rules into the bot. When it fires long, do this, do that, okay? Now, with a £10,000 starting balance, over 3 years, it made £289,000 profit, guys. That's massive. doing nothing. You just turned it on 3 years ago. Today it's worth 289,000 with a £10,000 starting balance. Now look, the win rate on that particular method, very basic method, without any sort of detail going into what I could really do with that method, like bringing stop to break even, which we can do and things like that. So we reduce risk and we can't lose on the trade. It was 55%. Let it sink in. 55%, only winning just over half the time, but still made massive profit. Why? Because the risk-reward ratio was 1.78. So you're risking 1 to make nearly 2. That's the game, guys. Get it into your head. It's the game. This is it. Get out your losers. Okay? Now, if you're newer to trading, this is important. At the start, you might not have a great win rate. You might be entering too late. You might be unsure. You're still learning the skill. That's normal. But what you can control from day one is how you manage trades. And one of the biggest mistakes I see is traders closing trades too early. They finally get into a good trade and they panic and they get out, and they're on their own. They've got nobody to turn to. This is exactly where having a structured system, because it keeps you in the trade longer and removes the emotional decision making. That's why we focus on the color method and the pro trading system. And that's why I designed it back in 2008, because I couldn't, at the start of my journey, I knew it would help people. At the start of my journey, I was getting out of trades too early. And so the colors keep you in. When it's green and light green, you just want to stay in until it turns red. And then when it turns red, you get out. And often, very often, you'll have bigger winning trades because you stayed in the trade longer than you would normally. Okay, so stop asking yourself, how often am I right? And start asking, how much do I make when I am right? And how little do I lose when I'm wrong? Because that's the difference between a struggling trader and a profitable trader. And once you understand that, everything starts to change. Look, guys, you need the color method system, so request a call back.